A young girl's disappearance, a case that grabbed the Capital Region's attention for months.
On November 25th, 2022, then 14-year-old Samantha Humphrey left her home on Parkwood Boulevard in the city of Schenectady and went to meet the 14-year-old boy who was her on-again, off-again boyfriend. She never came back home.
More than 2 years after her body was found in the Mohawk River, a stunning development.
Today, I can report to the community that the investigation into Samantha's death has culminated in a sealed indictment, charging that now 17-year-old she met with on the night of her death with 1 count of murder in the 2nd degree.
It was a surprise development today. The Schenectady County DA, you heard him right there, announcing an arrest in the case of Samantha Humphrey, the 14-year-old girl whose body was pulled from the Mohawk River back in February of 2023.
It was a long-awaited arrest. Her former boyfriend is charged, long speculated by friends and families to be a suspect in her disappearance and death. CBS6's Sam Israel breaks down the chilling developments from today's press conference and is joining us live outside the Schenectady County Courthouse. Sam.
Good evening, Clara and Greg. That's right. Robert Carney, the district attorney, says that an arrest officially has been made of the ex-boyfriend, charging him with 2nd-degree murder. And in these press conference transcript papers by investigators, they point to a potential motive as to an unplanned pregnancy, which the boyfriend did not want. In the meantime, investigators would not release his name, citing that he's a minor, but are charging him as a juvenile offender.
The indictment that was unsealed this morning is the result of the hard work and determination of so many people in so many agencies.
A 2-year-plus mystery is now one step closer towards being solved. On Wednesday afternoon, Schenectady police announced the arrest of Samantha Humphrey's ex-boyfriend, who is now officially charged with her murder.
I just want to acknowledge how deeply tragic and heartbreaking this incident has been for our community, including members of our law enforcement community who worked on the case. A young life has been lost, and yet another young person now stands accused in connection with that loss.
Police did not share the name of the boyfriend, since he is below 18 years old. Police believe the motive came from a suspected pregnancy, which the boyfriend didn't want.
Any reasonable thoughts that this may have been a premeditated murder?
You know, when I discussed motive, I did discuss the fact that he had a particular motive that we know about in terms of not wanting her not to be pregnant anymore, if indeed she was pregnant. But there also was a physical altercation, and that was a part of it too. So I think it's complicated and interwoven.
Police say he was the last person she saw the night she went missing.
That night they walked together to the area of the railroad bridge. They argued with each other. The argument turned physical, and he caused her death by strangulation and asphyxiation. He then disposed of her body in the river.
Investigators built their case using hours of video from private and public sources, as well as GPS data, DNA testing, phone records, and even wiretaps.
Hundreds and hundreds of text messages, phone logs, search histories, GPS data, and more. It was a massive undertaking, but the results and the evidence that it produced were really invaluable to the case.
Investigators say part of the delay in the case came from one of Samantha's old iPads that took months to access since it was an outdated model, which drained resources and delayed their efforts. After gathering evidence, a special grand jury convened last month where 46 witnesses testified, resulting in a sealed indictment and a warrant for the suspect's arrest.
No family should ever have to endure this kind of pain.
Now, following his arraignment, the ex-boyfriend pleaded not guilty. He was remanded to a local juvenile detention facility in the area where he will remain until trial. Guys?
Well, Sam, you also spoke with Samantha's father today, is that right?
I did speak with the father. He didn't want to appear on camera, but I spoke with him over the phone. I also emailed with him, and he described and told me that he has been grateful for the support that he's seen in this community for Samantha. He described his daughter as loving and caring and added that she was gone too soon. When I asked him what he hopes to see for justice, he pointed and gave me 3 words: complete, permanent, and protective. Guys?
All right, thank you so much, Sam. Now, CBS6's JT Fetch is live for us in the studio tonight, breaking down the long chain of events that kicked off with Samantha Humphrey's disappearance. JT.
Well, Greg and Lara, Samantha Humphrey was last seen November 25th of 2022, Black Friday, in the area of Riverside Park. She was reported missing by her family the next day. The following week, November 29th, police shared the photo here, a jacket believed to be belonging to Samantha found along the shore of the Mohawk at Riverside Park. Her grandfather later revealed he had bought a jacket just like it for Samantha.
Basically, I mean, if you put two and two together, whatever happened here. I mean, why would she be here? Why would her jacket be here? Something happened here. Either she ran away from here, or something happened. She's in the river or whatever. That's my own gut feeling.
Within those first days of the search, police used helicopters, drones, canines, and dive teams. Her mother, Jacqueline, speaking to CBS6 that week.
I want Samantha to know that everybody is very scared and she is very loved, and that we only want her home with us as soon as possible. Just want her home.
Samantha's phone was recovered on November 30th. And now here's a key moment. Jacqueline told us Samantha's phone records showed her last calls were to the ex-boyfriend, who's now facing a second-degree murder charge. That ex spoke with Samantha's brother soon after she was reported missing, confirming the two were together the night of her disappearance and that they had an argument. Searches of the Mohawk River continued for weeks into a snowy winter. December 14th of 2022, police confirmed Samantha was spotted alone on surveillance cameras near Riverside Park before her disappearance, and there was no evidence she ever left the park. A new year brought new searches, underwater teams combing the Mohawk, and a shocking moment in early February 2023. An employee at Knowles Atomic Power Lab reported seeing a body in the river. That turned out to be a false alarm. Just weeks later, February 22nd, a body was found, spotted by someone fishing. An autopsy confirmed 5 days later Samantha had been found. In the years since, her family never stopped searching for answers, offering cash rewards, putting up billboards and signs, always maintaining the belief that this 14-year-old girl was murdered.
It's been 2 years, and it's been 2 years too long. Samantha deserved an arrest. She deserved a conviction. Somebody needs to go to jail for what they did to Samantha. It's been too long. We have a $20,000 reward, so we are out here as a community to honor Samantha.
This isn't like TV.
Right.
We're not going to get an answer, unfortunately, an answer next week, or, you know, how have you been coping with that?
And the coping for me are things like these interviews. The coping are things like the billboards. We continue to work to increase the reward.
And tonight, more than 2 years after Samantha's body was found, the family now one step closer to closure. Greg and Lara.
JT, thanks. This is a story, of course, that we'll continue to follow. Again, the now 17-year-old former boyfriend of Samantha Humphrey heading through the court system on murder charges.